It's the halfway point of Unbreakables, and the pressure is starting to tell. Skier Angus was an early frontrunner, but was nearly burnt out by the African desert. The Saharan dust also showed up the rust on ageing Ironman Fraser.
Come on, Fraser!
Fitness instructor Carla came close to breaking in the drowning chambers of the Royal Navy.
I'm really pleased I'm still in. Definitely pleased I'm still in.
Did I ask questions? Did I tell you to say something?
Anger is mounting at cocky runner Barnaby, whose cheeky backchat to the military men has backfired on the other Unbreakables.
Thank you, Barney.
The temperature is about to get even hotter. America, the richest and most heavily armed nation on Earth. The Unbreakables have come to Virginia on the eastern seaboard, headquarters of the US Navy.
You're about to experience the training program of the toughest of their elite forces, the US Navy SEALs.
The Navy SEALs are the stuff of legend, but as the Unbreakables are about to discover, their training program is the stuff of nightmares. They will face surf torture on the beach, pain and humiliation on the parade ground.
Why are you the weakest one? Why are you here?
And bound hand and foot, forced to gasp for air in the Navy SEALs drownproofing.
Good eye, Barney! Get yourself down here! Hurry!
Get over here! Drop those packs!
From the very first seconds, SEALs training is a crash course in pain.
Press up! When we get bored, we make up crap for you to do.
Down! Up!
The rules of Unbreakables mean that competitors must complete every phase of the training.
Look up, Kojak! Chin up, Kojak! That's you with no hair! Chin up!
To the outside eye, it does seem like bullying. It seems like it's just unchoreographed chaos.
I thought these people were supposed to be unbreakable. They're not gonna make the first hour.
What we're actually doing has a purpose. I'm not trying to win a popularity contest. I'm here to train these guys. But if I was their friend and being nice to them, this would not be authentic training for them.
You have 60 seconds to get into your uniform. 30 of those seconds are gone. Recover! Move! Hurry up! Move! 29 seconds. 26. 23. Come on, Kojak, move it. 2, 1, drop! You guys aren't gonna make it through the first morning. This is pathetic. Where are you from?
I'm from England, sir.
Are you a surfer? Because you're awfully pretty with that hair. Are you a surfer?
Not really, sir, no.
No, what do you do?
I'm a musician, sir.
Yeah, oh, that's what it is. Must be a singer or something. Opera, I bet.
I think being 22 gives me the arrogance and young belief that I can do whatever I want. Whether that's going to be positive or negative, we'll see.
It's going to be a long 4 days, girls.
Back straight. Back straight.
Long 4 days.
The Unbreakables' first challenge is what's known as surf torture. It's the first taste of the sea that any Navy SEALs recruit gets, and it comes in huge, salty mouthfuls.
Bring it in! Bring it in!
Linked together to avoid being swept away, they perform punishing physical exercises in the waves. As salt water and sand gush into their mouths, eyes and noses. For this challenge, they have chosen 23-year-old rugby player Matt as class leader.
This is pathetic!
But being made leader isn't an honor, it's a poison chalice.
Are you weak, class leader? Are you weak? Is this too hard for you? Are you quitting? Are you quitting?
You say no, but you're not put down! You're the class leader! Your class leader is letting you down!
I don't feel like I'm going to break yet. I don't feel like, oh shit, I want to give up. But if it carries on like this, it's going to be the hardest 4 days of my life.
Coming up, the Unbreakables discover the meaning of true grit.
Beach camouflage, let's go!
Fraser gets things off his chest.
Come on, Kojak, I want to see some chunks.
And is Carla about to be beached? Explorer Benedict Allen is putting the Unbreakables through US Navy SEALs training.
It's going to be as easy or as hard as you want it to be.
They've survived the first challenge. A grueling and humiliating bout of surf torture. But that was just an introduction to a training regime so bad, the SEALs call it Hell Week. The next challenge isn't dealing with the sea, it's dealing with the sand.
Beach camouflage, let's go! Help your buddy!
The instructors make sure it gets into every crevice of the Unbreakables' bodies.
Get covered! I can still see white!
Shuffle. Salt water sticks to your skin and it chafes. Basically just makes your life a misery.
Get over here!
The SEALs turn all recruits into sand cookies.
Hurry up!
And it's designed to cause maximum physical discomfort while the endless verbal humiliation continues.
You got 10 seconds. All of you better be within one arm's reach.
I've seen a lot of physical punishment handed out to people over the years. I've faced it myself.
On your feet!
It's at two levels, physical and mental. And slowly they are going to weaken, and they know it. You can see it in their faces.
Drop! We've been doing this for 3 hours. 3 hours is on. You still can't get it right. Recover.
Just thinking, God, we've got 3.5 days left of this. I just stay there and just keep going because I'm concerned about this. I really am.
It's what we're here for. It's what we signed up for. We all said, every single one of us, that we were unbreakable. Well, now we're being put to the test.
What we're gonna do now is do some laundry. You're gonna go out into the surf, clean out your clothes, put on your swim trunks, and get back up here. Move, 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 move!
The command appears simple. The Unbreakables must wash the sand off their bodies and clothes in the Atlantic Ocean, and the winner is the first out of the water. But like every element of SEALs training, it's designed to bewilder and humiliate.
Maintain control of your clothing.
As Angus works desperately to get ahead of his rival Matt, he loses his clothes in the foaming surf.
What are you looking for? Angus, where are your boots?
Ruthlessly focused Angus shone brightest at the start of Unbreakables.
It's like a fire that burns, you know? It's just the way I'm made up.
But under pressure, as Matt snapped at his heels, Angus became hasty rather than speedy, losing a ski pole in Norway.
Why do it so fast when you lose your equipment?
And now a boot, sock and t-shirt. It's a case of naked ambition.
I was an idiot to lose my boot and my t-shirt and a sock. And then I get given 100 push-ups to do.
You better start pushing them out if you want a pair of boots.
When I said that, I thought, that's it, I can't go on.
I want to hear you count out loud. 17. Use your man voice.
19, 20. Angus was taking a bit of a beating. We must have done about 300 to 500 press-ups today.
I can't hear you counting.
1 and 2 and 3 and 7. It's just pain and then pain. And then you'll do something stupid and you'll get 5 times more pain after that.
Angus lost gear, and there's a consequence for every action. So because he lost gear, he got a certain punishment that anyone else would have gotten.
Keep moving. You have 10 feet further.
The punishment continues.
They're in your face all the time, just like fucking shouting at you.
10 days to be a winner.
The first day of SEALs training is 24 hours of relentless seaside suffering.
1,000 push-ups! Hurry up!
My body's aching. I'm sure the other guys have as well.
They were asking me to quack like a duck.
He's about to break. Quack! Quack! Quack!
The shadeless heat, the chafing skin, and constant exertion is turning the beach into a torture chamber.
Just a few hours of this treatment, and they are looking more zonked than I've ever seen. And they've got a whole night of this. It's going to carry on through the cold, through the darkness. What are they going to be looking like first thing in the morning?
Come on, G.I. Jane, put out.
After 10 hours, day turns to night, and the Unbreakables are dehydrated and demoralized.
Get your head out of the dirt. You too, Kojak. Get your chin up.
A midnight beach run seems simple.
Begin.
But as usual, the instructors have engineered the exercise for maximum physical and emotional torment.
They don't know how far they have to go or how hard to push, what kind of pace to go at, because we didn't tell them when to stop. We just said go in that direction.
Find the water.
At their lowest ebb, the Unbreakables are left to run along the endless beach for the distance of a half marathon before the instructors finally intervene.
When we found them still running 3 hours into it and still heading south, we had to physically go to them and stop them. They did about a 12 to 15 mile run south down the beach, and a lot of them were dehydrated, started to get hypothermia. Boat crew 2 was carrying Carla over their shoulders.
Yes! Yes!
It may have been a race without a finishing line, but 32-year-old Carla seems to have hit a brick wall.
My body is just absolutely wrecked.
I was in a bad way.
No, she's not.
Looking good. She's shaking.
She just needs a bit of rest. A bit of drip on her. She'll be fine.
Carla's shattered body and flagging spirit are a far cry from her normal personality. She's a fun-loving party girl.
I have the drive and determination to succeed and put myself out of the comfort zone and face challenges ahead, mental and physical.
Carla has proved herself on the Unbreakable challenges, recovering from painful ant stings in Guyana
Carla?
and confronting her own dread of deep water during Royal Navy training.
Well done, Carla, you've got through it.
But has a day on the beach sealed her fate? Unbreakable's medic Dr. Fee Ramsden takes charge of Carla, who is suffering from exhaustion and dehydration. Untreated, this could lead to fever, unconsciousness, or tongue swelling.
One of the guys said, you know, if you make it through these 4 days, you'll be mentally, seriously strong beyond your imagination, and I can definitely understand how that can happen.
She did her best. You know how brilliant she's been all the way through. And even right to the last, she was giving it everything she got.
All of you took an amazing hammering this day. It was just relentless.
My body is just an absolute bits at the moment. So, I mean, it's loosened up a little bit, but earlier on and when we get on last night, I could hardly even get out of the car.
It seems to me, from my experience, it's 80% about the spirit, about the will to keep on going.
G.I. Jane lives to fight another day.
The day starts abruptly. Despite her nights from hell, Carla's treated no differently to the other Unbreakables.
Mental toughness, mental toughness. On your feet. Move, move, move. Get your boots.
She is now hanging by a thread.
Harold, shortest over here.
The Unbreakables are split into 2 teams based on size.
So we got the first crew right here.
The big guys are called the gorillas. The small guys, something less macho.
Our second boat crew we tend to call the Smurfs.
It doesn't go down well with tattooed ex-boxer Dave.
I really resent being called a Smurf. Do I look like a Smurf? I'm not a Smurf.
On this challenge, the 2 teams have to take a 10-stone log for a 2-mile run.
Just like that, just like that. Pays to be a winner.
But it's soon clear that Carla can't pull her weight, and Dave and Barnaby have to struggle on without her.
It's kind of a 2-man team for them, to be honest. It's 2 of them working together, isn't it?
The SEALs decide to have a friendly word.
G.I. Jane.
Why are you the weakest one? Why are you the slowest one? Why are you here? Why have you not quit yet?
I'm trying my best.
You are dragging everybody down. How does that sit with you?
Try my best, Instructor.
How does it sit with you to be the slowest? How does it sit with you that your boat crew has to carry you?
I'm trying my best. I can't run as fast because my legs are in bits. I'm in bits, my legs are.
Is it acceptable to you to be the slowest and the weakest in every evolution that we do?
No, Instructor Rob, I'm trying my best.
Go get hydrated. All you guys start drinking water.
Listen, it's nothing personal, just take that shit, yeah?
Carla is no fan of Instructor Earl.
I just personally think he's a bully. He's trying to bully people. In my eyes, that's not really big or clever, really.
The goal here is to keep that distance between the instructors and the students. If they do like me, I'm not doing my job.
Stop the whining!
Suffer in silence.
Mentally, her threshold has been met. We're gonna push her through that threshold today, very soon, and she's gonna realize, hey, I'm stronger than I thought I was, which is exactly what we're trying to accomplish.
It's the second phase of the log challenge. The SEALs push her and the other Unbreakables even harder into a bug-filled swamp.
Sometimes SEAL teams and special ops missions requires you to go in water that you normally wouldn't go into.
Dropping the log into this steaming mire will double the time they have to carry it.
Go slow. It's a little mushy.
But Barnaby's problem isn't something he might drop, it's something he might have picked up.
I feel like I've got a tick up my ass.
Left.
I genuinely do.
All right, we'll get out, we'll have a look.
10 good, perfect sit-ups, and we're done.
People pay for
There
this.
is a tick in
People
my
pay for mud
asshole.
baths.
Are you ready? I can feel it there.
We'll have to sort it out after.
Come on, let's do it. You're doing it.
All right, send down.
Whoa, this tick!
And up.
Ah!
You guys, since you think you have a tick in your butt, you guys go to the decon shower first.
It's more than just a pain in the bottom. A bite from an infected tick could give Barnaby a fever, and anyone too ill to take part in a challenge is immediately broken.
Let's go.
No, don't push me. I'm gonna go.
Oldest Unbreakable Fraser is finding the combination of log and bog too hard to handle.
Hurry up, Grandpa! Says it's a geriatric triathlon!
Don't let it hit the water.
I think his energy levels were low. His flexibility was he was really stiff.
Lift us up, otherwise it'll get tilted. Okay.
Soreness has probably set in with him a little more, and his recovery time is a little slower than the younger.
There you go.
Aged 44, former Ironman Fraser entered Unbreakables as a man of steel.
I won't struggle going up against competitors half my age because I have the right aptitude and fitness level to compete against them.
Let's go, boys!
The challenges of Unbreakables have proved him wrong.
Some of these guys are in their 20s and they are very, very fit. So in comparison, I might look a little bit slow.
But while his body has been battered, his Ironman spirit has remained unbroken. Until now. His struggle in the swamp has saddled his whole team with extra physical punishment.
Stop what you're doing. Are you in charge of this boat crew or not?
Yes, Inspector.
What's my name?
Yes, sir.
Who am I? Am I inspector? Am I an inspector?
You're not an inspector.
What am I?
You're an instructor.
Then why do you keep calling me inspector? It's ridiculous. I hold you responsible, Kojak. Knock him out.
4, 5.
As his strength drains, his mind is turning to mush.
9, 10. Permission to recover, Inspector. Instructor else.
Denied. Continue.
1 down. It's not just the environment, the heat. It's not that. It's just that the Navy SEALs, they know how to press the buttons.
The third and hardest phase of the Navy SEALs Log Challenge involves this 700-metre-long obstacle course. It's called the Mother for a reason. The gorillas racing the Smurfs will be a David versus Goliath battle to get the 10-stone logs to the finishing line.
Pay attention. You're going through the obstacles. Go as fast as you can. On your mark, get set, go.
I'm gonna put this up. Watch yourself.
And down.
Log exercises are designed to make teams work together.
Okay, hold on. Lift it up.
Hold on. Right there.
Team effort.
Okay, get up, Matt. Get up.
But with Fraser wilting, Matt and Angus take on all the work. and the two old rivals make far from perfect partners.
Let's go get it through. Keep going, boys.
They romp home in an impressive 18 minutes. But Matt thinks Angus was all haste and no speed.
I think we got to have a bit more patience sometimes. It's like, go, 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 and really, like, I'm fucking, no one's ready for it, no one's there for it, so we were getting it over.
Fraser's just glad it's over.
Come on, Kojak, I want to see some chunks. Way to put out.
Coming up, Fraser's even sicker when the Smurfs get sneaky.
Let's go! Move, move!
The Unbreakables go at each other on the beach and on the parade ground.
Oh, bollocks, Barl, let's just get on with this. Talking like a fucking girl. You shut the fuck up.
The Unbreakables are facing US Navy SEALs training so tough, it's known as Hell Week.
Why are you here? Why have you not quit yet?
It pays to be a winner!
The instructors have divided the 6 into 2 teams based on size. The Gorillas and the Smurfs.
Do I look like a Smurf?
Yourself!
The muscly Gorillas have just lugged a log round a mammoth obstacle course in 18 minutes. The Smurfs, including Barnaby, are going to need a strategy, and that strategy is to get sneaky.
Go! Let's go, let's go!
Told by the instructors to carry the log through the obstacle course, the Smurfs do just that.
Outstanding! I like the way you're thinking, sir. Out of the box. Let's go!
Through the obstacles, that's a code, isn't it?
I like it. Let's go, let's go!
Oh, chuck it.
Awesome!
Crazy.
This shameless bending of the rules leaves the Gorillas speechless.
Well done.
Hold and easy and gently. Don't drop it. Down. Well on, team.
So the Smurfs ace the obstacle course 6.5 minutes faster than the Gorillas.
You hung on to that key word through,
yeah,
and you feel that's enough. What do you feel about that?
I think that's quite a good excuse to cheat.
But has the rule bending impressed the instructors?
I'm going to give my thumbs up to the Smurfs because they thought out of the box. Their interpretation was such that they had to take this log straight through the obstacle course. They took it through the obstacle course, and I commend them for it.
Gorillas, pick up your log and come with me.
Get over here, put your stuff down, get the log over here. We're heading over here, still paying the price for losing.
I mean, what are we here for? Are we trying to pull fast ones on each other? I just don't see the fun in it, to be honest, you know. And I would have been much happier if they'd beat us fair and square, just out of respect for us, you know.
The beastings are tough, but this is a real morale wrecker.
Smurf crew, get out here! How's it feel to be winners?
Setting the Unbreakables against one another compounds the emotional stress.
5. How do you guys feel about that? 6.
But despite looks of concern, the rule benders are unrepentant.
8. 1, 2, 3.
You've got to be creative. You've got to use your brain as well as your brawn, because there's no way physically we'd have ever been able to compete with them.
we'd have never.
So we used our brain, we thought outside of the box, hence we won the challenge.
But there's no clever way round the next task, hand-to-hand combat. Recruit will be set against recruit. The only rules are no closed fists and no kicking. With tension simmering amongst the Unbreakables, aggression levels are at boiling point.
Taylor versus Bain.
Still smarting from the obstacle course, rugby player Matt is first up against ex-boxer Dave. Dave is a veteran fighter, but a bitter rival makes an awkward enemy.
What is going on here?
All right, good one.
Dave is left with a battered body and a bruised ego.
Excellent aggression.
What do you think went wrong with Dave? He's a professional fighter, or he certainly was. He knows the moves. He must have the balance. Got very strong legs.
He's 41. You know,
Yeah.
give him some credit. You know,
He's
he's fighting younger lads.
He's a boxer, though. I think it's just a different trade from what
Yeah,
he
he wanted it on the feet, didn't he?
Yeah.
Bane versus Morrison. Fight! Oh. All right.
Every Unbreakable fights each other until one last battle remains. Carla versus Fraser. Hardly an even match by anyone's standards.
Yeah, I'm fighting boys. It's ridiculous. It's the most ridiculous thing I've done.
Former Ironman Fraser isn't just smarting from losing the obstacle course, he's hopping mad about it. As the oldest Unbreakable, he's constantly under pressure to prove his mucho macho.
Fraser has got that kind of demented, kind of psychotic look in his eyes when he's going to do something.
He has the strength to break Carla permanently if he wants to. All he needs is for Carla to submit, but his aggression seems to have got the better of him.
Carla, whatever.
Come on! What are you doing?
In his face, use his face. That's it, lean back. All right.
He gets quite aggressive, Fraser does, and I don't think sometimes he knows how to control it properly. He just had that look in his eyes of, right, I'm going to win this. Fraser is out to win.
But he's not winning friends amongst the other Unbreakables.
Good fighting again, but I just think it's getting a little bit too personal now in some cases.
No, it's not. It's not.
It is a bit, man.
Me and Gus just looked at each other saying, Fraser's going to break someone's arm just because he can't go light on anything, can he?
I didn't want to put her in a hole. I didn't want to throw her to the ground. But the situation there is you're compelled to do that. You are willed on by the instructors to do that, and you can't hold quarterback, because if you do, you're just going to get beasted.
We have a special surprise for you all tonight. We've got some hot pizza for you.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you so
much. Warm up your belly.
Some rest and hot food come as a massive relief for the Unbreakables, but it's served up with a good portion of apprehension.
The fact that we're eating this is a little bit of a treat implies to me there's something bad to come.
At SEAL training, it's usually not the 24-hour, the 36-hour event that wipes them out. It's that recovery, coming down from that adrenaline rush of being busy so long, and then a lot of people decide they don't want to go back. They can't get wet again. They can't do another push-up.
Let's go!
Carla's instinct is right.
Move it!
The Unbreakables are plunged into a grueling night-long exercise. But with Carla flagging, David and Barnaby again have to put their own survival on the line to support the last female contender.
Up.
The cracks are starting to show.
Up. You come on.
Chill out.
Never mind fucking chill out.
Take a
Let's
chill
just,
pill, Dave.
Oh, bollocks, Bar. Let's just get on with
pill,
this.
mate.
It's talking like a fucking girl. Shut the fuck up. You shut the fuck up.
Guys, come on, we're a team, remember.
Like a fucking spoiled brat tonight. You fuck off.
Guys.
Not getting your own fucking way and you're moaning and whinging about it. Just get on with it.
Mate. Come on, leave it out. All right, leave it out. Please, we've got to stay united and strong, okay?
With spirits crushed, another sleepless night is the last thing that anyone needs, especially with the Navy SEALs' most feared test just around the corner. The ultimate test for any Navy SEAL is their ability to function under pressure and underwater.
Get in there, Camouflage! Hurry up! Get in the car right now! Get in the water! Hurry up!
The Unbreakables have to complete 3 lung-busting underwater tests, including the notorious drownproofing. If they fail any of them, they will be broken.
You're going to be swimming underwater and you're going to feel like that need to breathe, and you don't actually have to. And that's just a physiological reflex. You can overcome that, and mentally that's what you're going to have to do.
For an unconfident swimmer, it's turning into a very bad day.
No, don't want to.
Carla has beaten her fears before, amazing everyone by completing the Royal Navy Dunker test.
Well done, Carla, you got through it.
But is this a step too far?
This, for me, is horrible. I hate it.
This is the push, though, Carla. This is the one which you'll think to yourself, I got through that. I can do anything, honestly.
I don't want to do the water. I hate it.
If you don't try this, in 1 week's time you think, shit,
But
why didn't I just push myself
I
to the
know.
limit?
I can't swim a length. Hold my breath. I know I'm going to struggle being.
Carla, don't give Instructor Earl the pleasure of seeing you back out of this. Don't give him that pleasure.
Yeah,
You know he enjoys it.
The Unbreakables start the first test, a 20-metre length, underwater. Matt, Barnaby, Angus and Dave all complete the task, with Fraser outgunning the younger swimmers by completing 3 lengths without a breath. Even the SEALs instructors are impressed.
60 meters. Test at SEAL training is just 50 meters.
And 130.
In the celebrations, Carla decides to go for it.
Come on!
A whole length underwater is something she's never attempted before.
Come on, Carla!
Once again, she refuses to fold. It's an incredible achievement.
Way to conquer that.
I can't believe I did that.
Next up is underwater knot tying. Fraser leads the alpha males. The exercise involves tying and untying 3 different knots while resisting the urge to bolt for air. It requires clear thinking and self-control. One by one, the men complete the challenge. Carla was convinced the knots would be her undoing. But once again, she banishes her demons.
Nice.
I've done it. So I've done the 3 knots, which is good.
It's more than good. I just think half an hour ago, all that desperation, now you're moving forward.
Another tick.
Yeah, another tick. Go, Carla, go.
But she's not home and dry yet.
Now comes the final test, the hardest challenge of all, drownproofing. Fail it and Carla is broken.
Drownproofing is a survival technique practiced by the SEALs as a maneuver to help them escape if they're wounded or captured near water. Arms and legs are tied, making swimming impossible and forcing the victim to gasp for air whenever they reach the surface. Recruits must gain total mastery of their breathing. If they panic, they face the humiliation of failure.
Handle this one? They can go.
The bindings are breakable, but if they snap the bonds 3 times, they will be broken.
I've swum competitively when I was younger and I'm not looking forward to it at all, so it might be tricky for Carla to get through this.
Alright, jump off into the 10-foot section.
Fraser, Matt, Barnaby, Angus and Dave start the challenge. But Carla hesitates. They must bounce from the bottom of the pool to the surface for a full 20 minutes. They breathe out as they sink and cannot breathe again until they reach the surface.
It's getting rid of that panic in your mind. Christ, I can't get to the top, I can't get to the top, I've got nothing to go at. And if you get a mouthful of water, It can put you straight into panic mode.
Dave cracks. A moment's lapse in concentration sends him fighting to the surface for air. Just 2 more chances to get it right. Having delayed as long as possible, Carla finally takes the plunge. She tries to sink, but anxiety takes hold and she forgets to breathe out.
I can't get down.
She's failed her first attempt.
You have 2 more chances at this. Take a big jump out. Let all your air out and sink to the bottom.
As Carla prepares herself for another go, the men are starting to unravel. Fraser is stretching the rules, and Dave breaks loose for a second time. The ex-boxer is against the ropes with just 1 chance remaining. Carla tries a second time and looks more relaxed, but she breaks her bonds and blows it.
This is your last chance, Carla, then you're broken.
Coming up, it's sink or swim for Carla. And as the instructors get trigger happy, the Unbreakables have 1 last shot at reaching the end.
What's the matter with you?
The Unbreakables are being put through the sand and sea torture of Navy SEALs training.
Why have you not quit yet?
Carla has failed 2 attempts to pass the toughest test of all, panic-inducing drownproofing.
Shit.
If she fails the test a 3rd time, she will be broken.
This is your last chance, Carla.
Her fellow Unbreakables have worked out the method, breathing out as they drop and controlling their instinct to breathe again until they reach the surface. Even Dave finally masters it and completes the challenge with Matt, Fraser, Angus and Barnaby. Now all eyes are on Carla.
Okay, we've got 1 more go, yeah?
It's your last chance and then you're broken. Goodbye.
She makes the first bounce, but then panic sets in and she breaks her bonds. Despite her best efforts, drownproofing has its victim. Carla is broken. And she's heading home.
Oh, Benedict. I'm broken.
Carla accepted this unique challenge to prove to her friends that she wasn't stuck in a rut. She's been committed from the start and battled against the odds to survive in extreme environments.
Carla! Good.
She's overcome incredible challenges, but has ultimately been sunk by her fear of drowning. Five Unbreakables now remain, and the instructors are hungry for another victim.
Another thing coming! Move it! You're gonna get broken! You better move like the purpose, people!
You lost your weak link. She broke. She's gone. Go!
The final challenge is a timed 3-stage race featuring all the SEALs instructors' favourite ingredients: sea, sand and guns. Anyone who takes more than 12 minutes to finish this endurance test will be broken. With battered limbs and tired minds, hauling themselves on board saps the Unbreakables' dwindling energy reserves. With just enough time to catch breath, they're thrown back into the ocean to swim for the beach. Surfing into shore, super fit Matt leads the pack and is met by a landing party. A two-gun salute of semi-automatic M16 fire glues him to the beach. With the clock ticking, the Unbreakables are on the home straight. The end of the Navy SEALs challenge is in sight. But not for Fraser, who is off the pace and falling perilously behind.
Let's go!
Matt's philosophy of head down and get the job done pays off, and he comes in first in just under 11 minutes.
Yes!
Fraser's got just 20 seconds to reach the finish, or he'll be broken. He makes it by a whisker, right on the cut-off time. So all five live to fight another day. The Unbreakables have survived their Navy SEALs challenge, including torture on the beach, agony in the sea, and panic in the pool, which proved too much for Carla. They have been pushed like never before, but there's an even more terrifying challenge to come. Next time, the Unbreakables fight brutal battles, terrifying creatures, and ferocious natives.
You have disgraced your brothers. You have lied to them.
In one of the most hostile landscapes on Earth.